Good afternoon to you. 23 minutes into the second hour of the show, and it's officially the conversation time. We call it Word Around Town. You should see how cute our producer is. She's kujad mean mugging. She's like, Yolanda, sure. I was talking to my lawyer. Kame kujapo, kame kasiri, kame jam. Nakapenda nikasupu. We're 2 minutes too late.
Adis.
Adis amejam.
What's up?
Adiambosi.
Hey, Adiambosi. Give her 3 years. Results shall be.
I can never produce this show for us if I was high.
Results shall be televised after 3 years.
Yolanda DJ Absolute, the show is Sugar and Spice. And today we are asking you, Yani me first the comment section. Be lit every day, every damn day. What is a man's masculinity measured by? Kwanza, someone called Nixon from Technical. A mean man. He has told me, wanaume wakamba wakae wapi, because they all speak in that tone of voice. Nikamwambia mwanaume sio tone of voice. There's more to a man than that. Absolute. What do you think a man's masculinity is measured by? First, you all are not measuring yourselves. Aren't we the ones who are... But of course, you're going to have... your 2 cents to throw in there. I think a man's masculinity should be measured by his word, his ability to keep his word. Is he a man of honor? When he says he'll do something, does he do it? Does he walk the talk? The things he says, his words and actions, do they match, or there's a disconnect somewhere? The ability to still have a soft side, even if he's butch and... You know what a man is, we assume it's aggression, but I think that you can have a softer side when you're with your mom, maybe your auntie, your girlfriend or your wife, and the same person who, you know, you are in the courtroom or here in the studio is not the same person you are when you go to your daughter, for instance, if you had a child, right? So the ability for a man to wear the different hats in different, when it's called upon him, you know, to be soft, he's soft. When he has to be aggressive, raw, be a beast. And also his ability to make a woman feel safe.
Yes.
Yeah. And safety is not money. It's just knowing this person has my back like a car seat. No matter what, he will always have my back. He'll always be by my side. He'll always hold my hand and help me or be with me as we figure out, you know, our way out of this mess or whatever. And also his ability to lead. There's men who cannot be leaders. Yes. By the way, let me tell you something. It doesn't even matter what HR says you are. It doesn't matter what HR says you are. You can be told you're the CEO, you're the HOD, you're head of procurement. But if the actions don't match with your title, then it's just but a title. Yeah, you've seen people, MCA. You've seen someone, you've gone somewhere and someone is being called honorable. The biggest mumu on the planet, nothing honorable about you. You're a scoundrel. Yeah, but you've seen someone who does not even have money, but they command respect. Yes. Because his actions, his words, zinatali.
Zina.
Siko
ambatana.
Exactly.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. What is a man's masculinity measured by? Because I've seen some women think a man's masculinity should be measured by his ability to provide.
You see, we throw around this word provision loosely everywhere. Hey, I want, this guy, for me to respect him, he has to be a provider. Yeah. There's different types of provision for those who don't know. Yeah. Very, very different. It can be emotional, it can be physical, it can be financial. However,
sexual.
Even that other one. However, we are only inclined to two, which people normally think, which is financial, and the other one for verticalness, or is it horizontalness? That one.
In the sack.
Yeah, in the sack.
A man's masculinity is measured by nene.
By nene. But also, ambition is one thing. A man who has ambition, self-drive. That's how you'll measure, his masculinity. You can't just sit there and just be fwa. Even at least there's like a man who's just fwa over there. A man who has ambition, a man who has a plan. You might not have it all figured out, but there is somewhere you need to go. And a man who can ask for direction of life. Yes. I want to achieve this, but
Yes.
I don't know how to get there. You know, I want to get married, but I don't know how to go about it. There are men here who don't know how to talk to chicks. In simple terms, in layman's terms, kukatia dem.
Yeah.
They really don't
It's
know.
true. Someone to throw color at the problem,
Exactly.
throw money at it.
Yeah.
It solves itself.
It solves itself. Yeah, they
Ati
don't know.
ambie vitu mzuri.
They don't know how to, you know.
What about pride? Absolute.
Yeah.
What
No, you
about
have
pride?
to, pride is there.
Like to know, to admit when you're wrong.
Yes.
Have you seen a mammoth of a man, but he'll sit down and he'll say, you guys, I messed up and I take full responsibility and I want to make amends.
Yes.
In this manner, X, Y, Z. When a man cannot admit, because you're a human being, you cannot admit to wrongdoing on your part, intentionally or unintentionally. Is that really masculinity? Because we really regard toxic masculinity, and that's what we...
You see, masculinity is not being able to talk down on women or their scary or your subordinates. That's not masculinity.
Do you know who I am?
Mimi huko nikiingia kwa hiyo nyumba mimi na guruma nikifanya tu hivi. Kila mtu anatoka sitting room.
Scatter.
Yeah. You see, that's not masculinity.
That is fear.
That is fear. No. Also, you see, another thing is your ability to take in advice.
Yeah,
That
man.
is where you
need 2 chicken today to eat, not one.
I think so. Your ability to take in advice from people and be told, yo, by the way, I think here you shouldn't have done this. You should try this. Being able to take in that advice, and then emotional control.
So emotional intelligence. I
is very
love
important.
that.
Yeah. So you come and you read the room and you're able to see, here, I shouldn't react.
There's something, I don't know if it's okay for me to bring up the conversation we had during our prep. Something your dad told you, that even as a man, when you're dealing with women, there's places you're not going to, not lower yourself, but you're not going to get into useless arguments, for example, with your woman when she's mad.
Yes.
Can you tell us the story? Because I really loved...
He always told me, you know, there's a way I'll check into a room.
Yeah.
And Yolanda might have done something that pisses me off. But sometimes don't react. Don't react to everything. You know, I know women are highly emotional. So there are times there is that wisdom that you need. When you walk in, you're like, okay, here I won't react. Sometimes you find the light on. Don't shout, just switch it off.
Yeah. Mwache tu apige makelele yake tu.
Mwache apige makelele yake tu. Then later on, maybe you can come and sit her down and explain to her and tell her, can you come we talk? Let's do this. This is what I meant when I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't just be a person of...
Yeah. We see who will win this shouting match.
Yeah. It doesn't mean that because you're the head of that house, now you're just going to ruffle up feathers every time. That time my dad would walk by and just look and like, oh, okay. Sawa. And he goes. That in itself alone just told me, kuna kaujinga nimefanya.
Yeah, you questioned whatever you were doing.
Whatever I was doing, I questioned. I was like, there's something that I've done.
Because people assume leadership is like a man's masculinity is chest thumping. I can't be told I am the be all, end all. I know it all. I can't be questioned in my house.
Yes.
You know, I'm this is my house. I'm the head of this household. How dare you? Your children are trying to tell you we need to spend more time with you.
Yes.
Maybe dad, you drink a little too much. Maybe sometimes we want you to come even for our school things, our plays, our activities. Hiyo ni kazi ya wanawake.
Hii hatufanyangi.
Yeah, hiyo ni kazi ya wanawake. First, you cannot summon me, I'm your dad. I'm like, dude, 1923 is calling you back. You should be somewhere in 1923.
Yeah, the ability to pay attention. Just pay attention to sometimes things might be going wrong in your family and you're just over there. You work, home, work, the bar, after the bar, you're going to visit. You, as long as you've taken these kids to play on Sunday, that's it. And Nini, probably there's a disconnect. The fact that you can't pay attention.
And be present.
See, my dad used to come in every time.
Yeah.
Even after the door is closed, you see him walking around. He's checking the curtains if the window is closed.
Yeah. He's angling his kingdom.
But some of you just checking, sasa, mumepika chakula. Mbona mjapika chakula? Nyawera, nanonga chakula yote hapa ya nini sasa?
It's true.
Yeah, so you just walk in.
In fact, how people used to assume that was the sign of you being Simba Wayuda, the head of your household, was terrible.
Yes.
That the fact that you enter your house, all your children are sitting in the sitting room, but the minute they hear your car, they scatter. That is not respect. That is fear. And I would dread if I gave that, if people had the same reaction to my presence.
And even how you respond to things when you're angry.
Yeah.
How you respond to your person when you're angry. If you're a person of, me slaps up,
yeah,
then that's when I think
you have no self-control.
Yeah, you know, how you respond to things, not even just at home, even at your workplace, even with your friends, even with your people. Someone has annoyed you. There's a point to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to walk away from this.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to be there.
I love that. I love how... Do you love Absolute's measure of a man? I can't wait to see yours. In the morning, we asked around the office, the measure of a man. Hey, y'all think it's people's genitals. I had to end this video with that. It is not people's genitals. It is not. This was not a biology class.
No.
Should not be. So go ahead and give us your 2 cents when we come back, your comments. What is a man's masculinity measured